Okay, so once again, this is actually going to be a very, very simple week. Matter of fact, most of the code you already know how to do this, but we're going to make ourselves an expense calculator. So if we were to simply look at the code here, or let me zoom in, I'll just zoom in to say it. So we've got ourselves, the program is going to start. It's going to tell us to enter some numbers. And we're going to set some integers. It's all input based here. And of course, then we're going to calculate our total, and then we're going to print the total. So we're making us basically a calculator, an expenses calculator, right? Got, my legend here, so on and so forth. So what this is going to wind up looking like by the end of the program, once I run my module here, I'm going to wind up looking for something like, oh, please enter your income/expenses below. Please use whole number dollar amounts. Okay, oh, my income. I don't know, I'm just going to make some stuff up here. Let's just say we make $1,000. Why not? How much is your rent? Oh, let's say it's $500. Utilities. I don't know, $72. Food. We went out to eat a couple of times there, $150. Car, okay, $100. Classes. I don't know. Oh, it's the summer. We're not taking any classes. $0. Our phone bill, I don't know, let's say $80. Medical, oh, we have successfully not have any injuries. There we go. Other, we have no other expenses. There we go. And it'll calculate what our total gain was. So, our 1,000 minus 500 minus 72 minus 150 minus 100 minus 80. We wound up with $98 left over. So, congratulations, we made money. But, assuming, if I were to, run this shell again and run in, say, run module, and, I don't know, let's keep 1,000 there, but, let's say it's 500, 800, 78, blah, 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 so on and so forth, whatever. Now our total gain was negative. We lost money here on that one because we had all these numbers that were far, far larger than our total income. So, that's what we're going to be making. And you're probably going, oh, okay, I know what to do. We'll just do, let's make some variables here. So, like my var1 equals, input, what is your income, or whatever. Whoops. And then my var2, I don't know, equals input what, whoops, helps when I remember to do my little quotation marks. What is your expenses? You're thinking something like that, right? And then, of course, you'll print, my var1 minus my, or heck, we'll just do plus just to make it easier. My var2. We'll just use plus right here just to showcase this even easier, because minus is going to be interesting. And we hit execute, and it'll work. What is your income? I don't know, 50. What's your expenses? 200. And now I got 50200. You see? It's remembering here's the thing. Input will remember it as a string. Input will remember as a string. So, what it's doing is it's doing 50 and then adding the string of 200 onto it. So it'll make 5,200. It's not actually doing integers. Integers are numbers. Strings are, blah, 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 blah. It's typing on the keyboard. So right now, what I have when I simply type 10, it's an integer. When it's inside the quotation marks, it's a string. So, how are we going to turn this input into an integer? Well, first, we really just need to do one little thing. It's a one-step process. We need to do int for integer, and then surround this with parentheses. Same thing with this. Int parentheses, end parentheses, because whatever you start, you have to close. So yes, this means you have a parentheses inside of a parentheses. That's perfectly okay. So now, when you press this, execute, input, what's your income? I don't know, let's just say 70. And then, what's your expenses? 20. It did 70 plus 20, because I told it 70 plus 20, and it gave me 90. Now, if I were to make that minus instead, execute, what's your income? 70. What's your expenses? 20. It gave me 50. So it gave me the actual mathematical equations. It is now remembering these inputs as an integer. It's not remembering it as a string. Input will default remember a string. We have to tell it to be an integer. And that's simply int, and then whatever you want as an integer inside these parentheses.